Morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Welcome to Batavia Rotary. Len, would you mind leading us off with a prayer, please?
I'll do that. God, thank you for the presence of all of our members here today. We would like to, again, bless this meeting. With that, this is a short prayer. Just thank you for Rotary. Amen.
Amen. And Lisa, can you lead us in the pledge?
Sure.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Fantastic. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, everyone on our virtual option. We appreciate everybody being here. I believe.
Hey, Seth, one second. Somebody just joined us by phone, and I don't know who that person is.
Jennifer.
Okay. Hey, Jennifer. Thank you.
Morning.
And Linda Fraley as well.
Yes, and Linda has joined us as well. Thank you. And Al, we can see your eyes, and that's about it.
Yeah, Alan, tilt down a bit. We can see that. There you go.
Hey.
Now we see the whole thing.
All right. So on our agenda today, we are expecting Eric Plummer this morning, I believe. Sheila, have you heard anything different?
All right, sorry. Yes, we are expecting him. So I received an email last night. Let me, I'm looking at it right now.
Okay, no problem. We'll look forward to having him. He's with Ohio Jobs, I believe. So we're excited to have him. Hopefully he's able to make it and find the place all right. We're going to start out with birthdays and anniversaries right away, like we always do. Shane, nicely. His birthday's on the 26th. I don't see him on, but if you see him around town, please say happy to him. But no Rotary or wedding anniversaries this week. So, Meg, welcome.
Hey, good morning. I'm actually texting with Eric. He's trying to figure out where he's supposed to be. So I don't know if it's going to be in person or what, but I might be in and out. I'm trying to figure out what he's doing.
No problem. I appreciate that.
He was planning to be there in person.
Okay, maybe we can send someone out if he's asking for it. But I think it's the only building with cars in the parking lot. So last week we had Greg Berkmeyer from District Governor, so I think we learned a lot from him last week, and got some good updates. We are working on updating our website and Facebook page. Morning, Eric. Morning. How are you? I'm good. Good. Welcome. Welcome.
That's the first round.
Yeah, that's right. So we're working on getting a few things updated that he pointed out, but learned a lot of good information from him. I think we're definitely going to be working on updating and kind of streamlining our new member process. He gave us a few tricks and tips and tricks to get people involved a little bit more streamlined. So we appreciate that. Another thing that they mentioned was Trilogy is tomorrow, September 23rd from 7 to 8:30. I know I'm going to be joining. If anyone is interested, please get a hold of me. The link is easy to join. It's all going to be virtual. Starts at 7, goes until 8:30. I think there's going to be a lot of good information there. The goal was to have at least 4 people from our club on that meeting. So if you are interested, let me know and I can get you the link if you haven't seen it already.
Seth.
I'll be there, Seth.
Excellent. Thank you.
Seth,
Yes.
I sent the link last night in the Rotary Minute, and I do apologize, guys. I realized last night that I did not send notes. to everyone, but you will have received an email from me last evening, and it had the link for Trilogy in it, and the email from today will also have the link for Trilogy in it, so that you can just, it's a Zoom link, you can just join it right from there.
Awesome, thank you. Thank you. So looking forward to see at least a few people there. Another thing they announced was October 24th is World Polio Day. So that's coming up next month, and then in November is Rotary Foundation Month, and we're looking forward to having Peter present on that. More information to come on both of those. Board is meeting after Student of the Month next week, in 2 weeks, on the 6th of October. So more information to come on World Polio Day and Rotary Foundation Month. I think we have some exciting things coming up for both of those. So Student of the Month is coming up in 2 weeks. So October 6th is going to be our first Student of the Month. I heard back from one of the 2 students that are planning on meeting here in person. So looking forward to that. And I think we've been pleasantly surprised with the attendance, both in person and virtually. I think it would be awesome for our first Student of the Month in order to welcome them, making a big push to have everyone, if able, attend on October 6th. So I think we've had between 20 and 27 people each meeting so far since we've come back in person, which has been awesome. But I think having good representation from our club for the first Student of the Month. So I forget the names of the 2 students that are going to be here, but I think they are going to be here in person.
Yeah, the CME just this morning replied.
Okay.
They asked if the set of grandparents can come.
Gotcha.
If
Yeah.
it's too many, that's okay. They will, but they wanted to know if their parents and grandparents.
Great. I think we're going to be working on a different type of setup here to be able to accommodate large groups or the families, I guess, without and still accommodate everyone else while distancing. If they're all in the same household, having them at one table is okay. So I think we're going to be working on a different kind of layout sometime between now and then to get the room set up, which is going to accommodate a little bit more people. So another thing to look forward to in 2 weeks is Carol is going to be back. Golden Rule Catering will be providing breakfast and individually wrapped sandwiches. So if that entices people to come back in person, please do. I'm going to touch base with Carol. I don't know if we're going to be sending out a sign up for in person just so we can kind of manage the number of people in the room and then also the help with food planning as well. So I don't see Brandon on. I know he was working on getting some Rotary signs ordered. And Meg, I believe you and someone else were going to be heading that project.
Yes, I committed to help. I don't know who's helping with me.
Awesome.
Tony is helping with that.
Tony is, okay, gotcha. I think Brandon is going to be ordering, if you haven't already, the different signs and getting those updated. I think we came up with 5 or 6 road signs that just have to be updated with the hour change, and then also just some general cleaning on them. They're tipped over and haven't been tended to in a while. So that's one project we have going on. And then we finished our interparish ministry food collaboration delivery from IPM, and I guess it was a United Way project, and we picked up from interparish ministry and River Tree Church up in Milford to the hotel beachfront to help out some of the guests there. So we finished that up. We are still looking for a 4th quarter project. So if anyone does have any ideas or any nonprofits that they're involved with that do need some assistance with projects in the 4th quarter, we're definitely open to that. So I'm sure there's going to be plenty with Thanksgiving and Christmas coming up. So please keep those in mind and let us know. Over the weekend, I think I saw Meg and Mary Jane at the Claremont Chamber had an outing for kids. How did that go?
It went really well. They had 16 teams, and It was very well attended, and everybody had a great time, and you couldn't have asked for better weather.
So it was perfect weather. So that's fantastic. I'm glad they still had some registration. Meg, do you remember how many we had last year? Meg on the board for that. So do you remember how many teams there were last year signed up?
Are you talking about Golf for Kids? This is Meg.
Yes.
Yeah, I think there were 20 teams last year.
Okay. So still in a weird year, they're still able to raise some good funds, and I heard it was a great time. So. All right. What else do we have today? All right, we'll move right on to Happy Bucks. So again, I'll start off with Happy Bucks. I'm kind of not being a dead horse, but I'm excited for my first baby coming up in 4 weeks. So we're getting close to the finish line. We've had a couple appointments recently that there's a short period where there might have been a complication, but that's been all cleared up. So happy for that, and then going back to another complication appointment this afternoon. So it's been nice with some of my wife's health issues. We've been getting weekly ultrasounds, so you can see the baby every week. It's been really exciting, especially the first time. So I know you guys are going to get bored of me saying that. We only have to deal with it for another week. So, but all right, who else is happy?
I'm happy that we're happy.
Thank you.
I'm happy to be able to be with you folks today.
Happy to have you.
And hold you up here.
That's all right.
Go around. Very
All
nice.
right. Appreciate it. Barb.
You here?
Thank you. Michael.
Happy to be here, and also, I'd just like to say a thank you to our superintendent for all the hours and hours of endless and probably sleepless nights during the period of the summer, and we got to have a very good and somewhat uneventful return to in-person classrooms. We're still working out keeping something online, but he's just done that. He and his admin team have done a great job, at least for our district. And I'm sure a lot of the other superintendents here in the county have done as well. But I just know the hours and the late nights and all of that kind of stuff.
Thank you. Thank you.
Celebrating my daughter Regan and her husband Noah's 1-year anniversary.
Thanks for having
I have here, I'm gonna be gone for 3 weeks in Tennessee. And you might, and if I can, I'll get up at 7 o'clock in the morning and join by Zoom. Please don't look for me.
You have to spend 2 weeks in quarantine, is that why it's 3 weeks?
Well, I'll be gone, I will be home for 2 weeks when I get home, but I will be at Rotary because the government does not allow making me quarantine only my work day. I won't go to work, but I'm gonna live. Because the government is not requiring quarantine, only my employer. So I won't be going to work, but I'll be there.
Thank you, Aaron.
Anybody have a problem with each other?
Anyone online that would like to share any happy bucks that you have? Mac?
Yeah, good morning. This is Meg.
Hi, Meg.
Hey, I am happy. I'm 3 times happy that my children have been in school for almost 3 weeks. And they're doing great and thriving like little growing human beings need to do. It's great to see them with their friends and doing sports and doing real life. So happy.
Awesome, thank you. Mac, I saw your hand.
Yeah, I'm happy for my involvement with Rotary. I'm happy with Rotary. I'm happy with the club and the stuff people do. I just received a 3-year appointment to Rotary's Council on Legislation, so you'll probably be hearing stuff from me about the proposed legislations, changes to the Constitution and bylaws and all that stuff over the next 3 years.
I should add to you there that there was a vote of the past district governors in assembly here about 2 weeks ago as to who should be recommended for that position. We voted almost unanimously to send Mac. And the Rotary International folks have accepted that, and he's going to go do it, and it is wonderful because it couldn't be a better person.
Thank you, Peter.
That's awesome. Hey guys, can you hear me?
Alan has his hand up virtually here. His virtual hand.
That was a hand clap for Mac. I'm sorry, I thought there was two hands.
Okay.
Hey, you got something?
Maybe I can comment. I'm just so happy to see everybody, you know, in this very difficult time almost since January. You know, I haven't been with you in person in a long, long time. And it's just like a family reunion. It's just nice to be with all of you and have the meeting last week with the district governor. I just wanted to say that I'm just very happy to be here.
Thank you. Where have you been traveling to today?
I haven't gone anywhere. I'm not going anywhere. And actually, I love it.
All right. Next victim, if I may.
Yeah.
Yesterday, you know, you're talking about family. Yesterday, Jean and I attended a memorial service for a cousin of mine who was a professor at Goucher College in Maryland. He retired a while back and he has passed away. We had 30 people doing this Zoom. There's been a Zoom meeting every day for us for the last week. And this was an interesting Zoom memorial service because we had people from here, Baltimore here, San Francisco, and 4 from Germany, which of course is where he was from originally. Turns out he has had an interesting life, and we had the opportunity to see cousins that we hadn't seen for years, thanks to Zoom. So it's working all right, not just for Rotary. It's wonderful.
Well, good. I'm glad to hear that. They know the same. People are sticking with the virtual option, but I appreciate it.
Nicole is looking.
Just a reminder to those who are on Zoom that, and or those who are in the room, that we do take Happy Buck donations on our website for Rotary. So don't forget that you can do your Happy Buck donations, even if you don't get out of it if you're not present in the room. So.
Just doing that right now.
Awesome.
Anybody else?
And I'll just make a comment. My PayPal paying for my Happy Bucks last time did go through. I had some problems getting it to work, but it did go through. So I went to our website, clicked on whatever it was, and paid by PayPal.
You're muted, Vic.
I just did it right now on PayPal. It went through right away, so you should be getting it.
Thank you. All right, I think last thing, unless there's another one that I hear something. Last thing I had for we welcome Eric Plummer today. We do have, let's see, 6 more meetings left in this calendar year, so the 1st and 3rd Tuesday of October, November, and December. So I do have a Happy Bucks and invitation sign up to get back to a somewhat regular schedule and rotating that. So if anyone does want to sign up, I'm going to pass that around here. And then virtually, if anyone, you can email and we'll get you signed up.
First and third, or is that what you just said?
Yes, the 1st and 3rd Wednesday of October, November, and December. So Tuesday. It's
Wednesday?
or Tuesday, not Thursday. So we have six left after today, and that should line up every other week, but 1st and 3rd, and then we're going to continue with the 1st and 3rd Tuesday in January. But for right now, just trying to finish out the year strong. So I'm going to pass this.
So we're going to stay at 7:30.
Yes, sir. Yeah, remaining at 7:30, 1st and 3rd Tuesday of every month. So, all right. Without any more delay, Eric, welcome to Batavia Rotary. Sorry if you got bad direction from Sheila.
The directions were fine. It just kind of looked.
Yes, yeah. Well, welcome.
It's almost 6 feet from everybody, right?
Yeah.
Fantastic. I'm Eric Plummer, and I work at Ohio Means Jobs. As you can see up here, I'm the business services representative. Have you guys all heard of Ohio Means Jobs? So we are essentially, we're part of Job and Family Services, and people tend to know what the family services are, Job and Family Services. We've got the child support, the child protective services, things like that. We're the job side. I always wondered what the job side of Job and Family Services was, and that's me. So who's in charge of moving this? Do I?
So Nicole is going to be on the screen. You can see her on the right hand side there. But
Okay.
if you just want to say next, I think she's paying attention, and we'll do that for you.
All right, well, at least one person's paying attention. I used to be a high school English teacher. If I had one person paying attention consistently, it was not a bad thing. So what do? We have a one-stop office out in Batavia, out in the Job and Family Services building on Simon Center Drive. There's about 90 one-stop offices around the country, which means that there's more than one per county. So your major metropolitan areas may have an extra one in there somewhere. So we partner with, we are not, but we partner with the Office of Unemployment. So if anybody files for unemployment during normal times, during the pandemic, it is a completely different plan. But during normal times, they have to come to Job and Family Services building, to Ohio Means Jobs, and talk with one of our career counselors. They have to put a resume on our website, and when they are looking for jobs, they have to apply to 2 jobs each week. They typically do that through our website also. It's the easiest way to do it. So, but we also help. I'm sorry, 7:30. Do you guys do this every day? 7:30?
Used to be 7.
Like, okay. We are part of Area 12, which means so most of the major metropolitan areas are kind of their own area. We're like the suburban area, so we partner with Butler and Warren counties to form Area 12. So any kind of grants that we apply for, we all apply together. But it's just it gives us a bigger space to work in. Next. She is paying attention. You were right. So what do we offer job seekers? There's we have a resource room, which looks a little bit different now. It used to be just a room with 8 or 10 computers in it. Now it has 3 because we had to distance everybody. We're in the process of kind of reworking everything and getting dividers so we can get all the computers back in there. But WIOA is the big thing that we do. It's Workforce Innovation and Opportunity Act. So if you are trying to change careers, or if you're unemployed and are trying to find any kind of job and you need training for it, WIOA is how we help people get funding. So they will sit down and work with you, fill out a pre-screen and see what you qualify for, and they'll help you find programs that, whether you want to be a truck driver, or electrician, or LPN, they can help you get funding to get that education and training. You have to qualify for these things, and displaced worker is one of the main ways that you can qualify. There's income qualifications also that you have to be a little bit below. But if you're a displaced worker, so obviously if you were making
$60,000 a year or $50,000 a year, you're going to be a little bit high to get a lot of government grants based on need. But if you are collecting unemployment, that's an automatic qualifier because obviously you're not getting that anymore. The other one that a lot of people forget about is a displaced homemaker. So if you were a spouse that stayed home and you were supported by a spouse that was working, that spouse gets hurt, injured, passes away, what have you, and they're not supporting you anymore, you are what we call a displaced homemaker. So you would qualify for a lot of WIOA dollars also. So don't leave those people out. Next slide. Okay, what do we offer businesses? This is slide. Are there business owners in here, or HR people, or?
A little bit of everything. We have a few business owners, few nonprofits, few HR, few scholars, a lot of educators.
Okay. So basically, my job is to help businesses find people, and that actually is the hardest thing right now. Businesses are allowed to be open. Businesses are attracting customers. Businesses are having trouble keeping up because they can't find people that go back to work. And that's for a variety of different reasons. Obviously, that pandemic unemployment assistance has run out and restarted at a lower level. But for a long time, people didn't want to go back to work because they were making more on unemployment, which is not how it's supposed to be. There are people who got started in a new training program and don't want to work until that's completed. There's a variety of different reasons. So what I do is I help businesses find people. So we have a website, OhioMeansJobs.com. That's kind of the very basic, easiest way. They can post jobs for free. They can look for resumes for free. Like I said, anybody who is collecting unemployment needs to have a resume on our website. So they can literally just go in, search through with all kinds of keywords. Computers are great. They don't have to flip through paper anymore. And find people and just send them an email. Hey, I found your resume on. If you've ever looked for a job, if you've ever put your resume on any job board website, you've gotten an email. Hey, I found your email on wherever you put it. And so they can do that with our site as well. They can also use our resource room. We do have a small conference room that they can use for interviews. We actually had a company call me the other day that they had a deaf woman who was new to town, so she was not familiar with the resources yet, and they needed to have a sign interpreter for their interview. So we were able to set that up. We signed her up. We did her registration with WIOA, and we got her. They came in and used our resource room, and we had provided an interpreter for her. So we were able to do things like that. And when it was actually the placement agency, but when they placed her, the company was able to take over from there. So we can provide those kinds of services. We also do layoff reversion, which is not as big a thing right now. It was a few months ago. There's a program called Shared Work Ohio, where the company can apply for it, and the applications were processed faster than you would expect a government agency to move during the pandemic. So I was very impressed with that. That all goes through the same state office. But when the company is approved, then their people can apply for unemployment, and they'll say, this person's going to work 70% of their hours. So their hours are being cut 30%. So they get 30% of their unemployment that they would qualify for. They've worked their 70% of their hours, and then when the company comes back online full power, then they don't have to go out and find new people. They don't have to worry about whether the people have gone on and found other jobs. They just bring them all back full time. So and the bonus for that was that they got the full pandemic unemployment assistance. So you could be at your hours cut by 20% and still get that extra $600. Apparently the paperwork was too much to program that. So I think they learned a valuable lesson. So, but at least those people, when they call them back to work, it was hard for them to say, you know what, I'm just going to stay partially unemployed. So, how about next slide? Let's do the next slide. We are required to work with a variety of partner agencies. So we have groups like Easter Seals that does some of our youth programs. Preston Ridge also does part of our, they do our summer employment program for kids. So a lot of the kids in the various school districts will work. They get paid through the program, so it's free labor for the businesses, and it's a mentorship, and a lot of the kids have great experience with that. Work with the Claremont Chamber of Commerce, which is one of my favorites. Greater Cincinnati Behavioral Health worked on our substance abuse grant. So that's just some examples of our partner agencies. Next slide. Big one, I told you we work with the unemployment office. So I want to talk a little bit about unemployment and what has been going on. This is just kind of a couple months back in the last year, back to September. And I had the federal rate in kind of brown or red, I don't know what it is. And blue is our Claremont County unemployment rate. So obviously, one day, it just shot up. And I'm going to show you, don't switch sides yet, but in the next slide, I'm going to show you more years back. So you're going to see kind of how unusual it is for it to go quite that abruptly up. But Claremont County is actually doing, it's going on the same path, but it's a little bit better than most of the country. So we have a lot of diversity out here. We have manufacturing, we have hospitality, there's restaurants, so there's a lot of business diversity out here. So if one sector kind of shuts down or slows down, it doesn't shut down the whole county. You think it's someplace like Flint, Michigan, where one company closes, the town's gone, sort of. So, but this shaded area is how they show a recession. So, so over here, not recession. Over there, recession. So let's go to the next slide. So this goes back to the 1990s. So all the recessions, you've got these little blips along the way, and then you've got the big one that we're in right now. That's absolutely been going on a little bit longer than we hoped. And like I said, you can see over on the far right end, it shoots up, and really hasn't done that quite so much. Just in one step, literally 1 month, it just went from 4% to 17%. So that's unusual. The other thing that's unusual is what is going on with this recession. In the 90s, anybody know what caused the recession in the 90s? Oil prices, savings and loans collapsed, and interest rates went up. So we had kind of a blip. I mean, that's not a long recession. You're looking at a couple of months right here. And then it goes up and scatters around a little bit and then goes on back down. So how about 2001? What's it? The tech bubble, the dot-com. just kind of popped. Everything was overpriced, came back down. About 2008. There you go. That was my favorite one. New house. So those are financial things, right? That cause those issues. This is, I mean, obviously by definition, a recession is a financial thing, but this is a healthcare thing. So we have no idea what's going to go on. I mean, obviously the unemployment's coming way back down. It's from its peak, but it's not down to where it was. It's still about double where it was. And we don't know when it's going to end. So that's kind of the big mystery out there that we don't have a plan for it. And then we've got an election, and we're either going to stay on the same path or we're presumably going to take a wildly different path. Which is no judgment either way, because that's certainly not my job to judge either way, but we don't know what's going to happen. So we are still there. We are still open. Ohio Means Jobs is there for job seekers and for businesses. So if you guys are looking for employees, if you're looking for employment, whatever, come on. And you can go to the next slide, and there is right here on the next slide. There's our website, so you can go to us directly. If you come off the Claremont, then you can get the full state site. Does anybody have any questions? Comments?
How long have you been in your position with them?
Oh God, it'll be a year and 2 months. In November, it'll be a year.
So on the ground, there were several times, and I don't know if it's just because of the numbers, but it seemed like Claremont County was a lot more volatile than the average. It could just be because of the numbers and the way it's graphed. And then there's also a couple times where it seems like Claremont County is going one way, national average is going the other.
For that month.
What would cause that?
That's going to be mostly a sample size issue. That even with the diversity, there's more diversity in the country, and there's the numbers are so much bigger that to affect the percentages is going to be.
So what is the county sitting at now in terms of unemployment rate?
Right now, and of course, the numbers for August are not up there yet on the federal side. That's the Federal Reserve site. Right now, I want to say the county is at about 7.2, maybe down into the sixes. It's coming down. I mean, it's definitely going in the right direction at this point. Just you can see it never goes down as fast as it goes up. I mean, this is as fast as it's ever gone up on the record, but it always it's a steep up and kind of a slow recovery. So that's the other good news though, is that it came back down as almost as quickly as it went up. It just didn't come all the way back down. So.
Chamber meeting last week, we learned that Claremont County is doing good, or the automobiles, they can't process mortgages fast enough.
Mm-hmm.
Inventories on the car lots are low, so there's low inventories, which is unusual. So they felt that Claremont County is in a pretty good shape to have good numbers for this month. So
yeah,
I think it's interesting how resilient our economy is. I mean, when you literally hit the brakes. I mean, that's obviously March 15th. That unemployment shot up, and then how fast it came back.
Yeah, it's very impressive, and that's part of the difference between this and a lot of the other recessions is that we stopped. Like this was a very artificial unemployment rate. I mean, this is kind of like the .com of the unemployment rate. We said, you know what, shut everything down, and then and then we turn everything back on. So now that everybody can get back to full capacity, a lot of people, for various reasons, whether it was customers or it was employees not coming back to work, so we couldn't get back down to where we were. But this was a switch, but it's kind of a bit of a switch, unfortunately. So yeah, it is a very resilient economy, and the jobs, the new jobs numbers are also an interesting. It's going to be an interesting political tool with all the new jobs that people went back to their old jobs. So that's interesting. But yeah, you're absolutely right. It's very resilient. Anybody else have questions?
How about anybody on the computer? Any questions for Eric? Anyone?
I got a question. I was wondering. I'm familiar with from a way back when with OneSource. Are you guys connected with OneSource over there off of 275 and Eastgate?
No. OneSource. I'm not familiar with OneSource.
I think you were saying the one stop.
It was, yeah.
Oh, one stop. Yeah, one stop.
The one stop. The office used to be there, back behind the wall. We moved before I started out to Batavia, which is really irritating because I live in Summerside, and today I want to walk to work. I mean, it's a beautiful day, quarter mile, but there's an employment agency there now. I'm on the front. And I can't remember what's in the back. I drive by it pretty much every day, and I've just kind of become numb to it. So, but yeah, we did used to be there.
Biomedical manufacturer.
Biomedical. Yeah. So that's not us anymore.
Okay, all right. Because you were describing what sounded like what One Stop used to do. I get it. That used to be you, I guess, huh?
Yeah.
Okay, I got it. Now you're in Batavia. Okay.
Yeah.
Eric, I have 2 questions for you real quick.
Okay.
The first question is, have you ever connected, or has Ohio Means Jobs ever connected with Claremont County Safety Net Alliance? And I say that on behalf of Brandon because he's not here this morning.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome. And then second, do you ever do like tables or like activities out in the community? For instance, my church runs a food pantry, and we've had other organizations come out and set up a table for people to ask questions or get more information about their organization being like a helping organization. Or we had people come out for the census, and they were essentially taking job applications from people who are in that bracket that you serve. Do you ever do stuff like that, or is there information available someplace that we can share with our clients?
Absolutely. Yeah. We're trying to figure out how to do that more effectively now with hiring events. I don't know what's the best way to do it. The camera's over here.
Yeah.
But
you can look at Lisa. You can look forward. Yeah, you're good.
But yeah, we do community events. I'm happy to go out and talk to people. I would love to get out of the office, so that's one of the reasons that I took the job. And then we weren't allowed to leave the office. For a while, we weren't even allowed to go into the office. We just weren't allowed to leave home. So, so yeah, shortly after I started, everything changed. So I know that we do things like that. We haven't for a while because of all the changes, but definitely let me know. I have a card. Can I get here?
Okay. Just hold it up to the camera. We'll be good.
No, you can email me at eric.plummer@jfs.ohio.gov. Actually, somebody has my email address.
You sent me the PowerPoint presentation, so I actually do have your email address.
Okay, yeah, just send me an email that.
Thank you very much.
All right, thank you so much. And since you do have an issue with 7:30 a.m., we do have a gift for you for something. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. There's so many cards. Thanks so much, Mark. We appreciate it. I think the only other item that I had on the agenda before we wrap up a little bit early, if most of you remember Perla from she was a member last year. I did read the other day that last week she did announce that she was going to be closing her doors for animals, annual dress animal sanctuary. So if you do see her or still keep in touch with her, she might have already told you, but definitely reach out. And I would recommend reaching out, just making sure she's all right. And I think this had a kind of rough time. She did operate off of donations primarily. So just wanted to announce that so everyone was aware if they didn't follow her on social media or anything like that. But does anyone else have anything for the good of the order? If not, our next meeting.
I'd like to share something. If you guys remember, we pre-COVID, we were
helping with other Rotary clubs to sponsor Little Fork. It was the for Child Advocacy Center in Claremont County. Well, they're part of they're a potential grant participant for a grant of $25,000. Voting starts tomorrow, so if they get the most votes, then they'll receive a grant of $25,000. I'll send out, I posted on my Facebook page, but hopefully we can help support this endeavor. Once again, COVID kind of stepped in and their fundraiser was canceled several times, postponed and canceled. So I'll share that information just to help with the Little Fork project.
Awesome, thank you. Is that all on social media voting, or is there a website?
I believe it's a post on Facebook, but you can it takes you to a website to vote. So
okay.
I sent you the link, Seth. If we could share it in our minutes, that would be great.
Okay, awesome. I'll get that over to Nicole.
Sheila, just send it to me quick. I did. I just sent it to you as well, both of you. Thank you.
All right, thank you. If everyone wants to stand, we'll finish off with the four-way test. Other thing we think, say, or do. First, speak the truth. Second, bear all concern. Third, will build goodwill and better friendships. Fourth, will be beneficial to all concerned.